What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Narcissists Code. I'm your favorite self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, better known as Mental Healness across all social media platforms. If this is your first time seeing my face or hearing my voice, I'm a clinically diagnosed narcissist and using my platform on social media to raise awareness for NPD, get more people into therapy, and also validate the victims, survivors, and thrivers of said disorder. Today's episode is going to be about why do narcissists or toxic people ask you for space in a relationship. Space or a break. Can we take a break? Let's take a break and things like that. So let me preface this. Let me say this at the beginning of the video because I already know I'm going to get this in the comment sections. I'm going to get this in my email. I'm going to get this somewhere, shape, or form. Just because you ask someone for space does not mean that you are a narcissist or a toxic person. People can ask you for space. You can ask for space if you're being crowded. You can ask to separate or take a break if the relationship is not going well. That does not make you a narcissist. I already see it in my comment section. Like, well, Lee, technically, I ask for space and I'm an empath. I'm like, okay, it doesn't make you a narcissist, y'all, because intent matters. I-N-T-E-N-T. Y'all thought I was saying a little Boosie song, didn't you? Y'all got to start bouncing around. I-N-D-E-N-D-T. You know what I mean? No, but yeah, but intent does matter. What are the intentions behind your actions in this circumstance, in this situation right here? What are you intending to accomplish by doing this, by saying this? What are you intending when you ask for space? You, as an empath, codependent, whatever title you have, whoever you are, attachment style, whatever you have going on, if you are asking for space because you need a breather or you need a break away from this person because this person is abusing you, this person is treating you horribly, that does not make you a narcissist. And your intent is to heal. Your intent is to actually give yourself some grace and some space. A narcissistic person in this situation, their intent is to try to replace you. Their intent is to try to go out there and possibly get their cheeks clapped by somebody else or clap somebody else's cheeks. Intention does matter. When I tell people when I'm doing my one-on-ones over Zoom and things like that, I'll tell people, like, when you, this is exactly what I tell people. When I do my one-on-ones over Zoom, I'll tell them, I was like, sorry, I repeated I had a brain fart right there. I'll tell people, if a toxic person, narcissistic person is asking you for space, they're trying to fill that space with somebody else. They're trying to fill that space for someone else. If they ask you for a break out of nowhere, they might be trying to go sleep with somebody else. They might be trying to break it off with somebody else. If they're breaking it off with you, they're trying to attach it and build it with somebody else. They're trying to, this is the test period. This could be asking you for space or a break. Could be them asking for like a test period for their new partner, for their new supply, for their new relationship dynamic, whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? If they're asking you personally to give them some space and some grace or something like that, they might be trying to replace it with someone else, y'all. That is it. That is the key right there. You know what I mean? So you have to learn to deal with that. In these circumstances, in these situations, a lot of times. That's why I tell people, like, narcissistic people, when you're dealing with them, they're going to do and say things that set you off. They're going to do and say things that make you feel a certain type of way. They just are. That's the crux of the matter when you're dealing with narcissistic people. When they might be treated like, you can tell, like, if you feel like you're in a relationship with one of these people, and you feel like they're emotionally disconnected from you, like they're just like out of it. They don't talk to you anymore. They're not engaging with you anymore. If they're doing all that type of stuff right there, there's no talking, there's engagement. Like you feel like they're emotionally disconnected from you. They might be trying to emotionally connect to somebody else. They might be trying to physically connect with somebody else. And as I tell people, you have to watch this type of stuff. You have to watch it go down. You have to watch it happen. You have to watch how they are reacting and how they are doing the type of stuff, y'all, because people, I know a lot of y'all love the narcissistic person in your life. And there's nothing wrong with love. I tell people, there's nothing wrong with loving a narcissistic person. It's wrong when you love them more than you love yourself. When you love them and you let them treat you horribly. It's wrong when that circumstance and that situation comes to fruition, when they come to the forefront. It's wrong when you are giving more of yourself than they are giving to you. It becomes wrong in those types of situations. So you have to empower yourself on this journey to separate yourself from this person, if that's what you want to do. If they're asking you for space, just like you can give them some space, or they're asking you, look, another thing they'll ask you for is time. They'll ask you to give them time. So if they do ask you for space, right? Ask you for a break or whatever, very rarely will they give you a specific time period? I need a couple of weeks. I need a week. Just give me a week. Just give me a week. Let's take a week apart or whatever, and let's see how this goes. Just being out here by ourselves, give me a day apart. Just give it a couple of days. Just give a month, whatever. Very rarely do they give you a specific time because they might need more time. They don't want to commit. They don't want to commit to coming back into your relationship dynamic because, like, if they're not committing to you, they feel like, well, I'm not committing to them. I can go out here and do what I want to do. I'm not fully committing to them. I can say what I want to say. I'm not fully committing to them, so I can, be what I it keeps you on the hook. If they ask you for space, they sometimes they really just want to break up with you, and because they found a new supply. So instead of breaking up with you, and because the new supply isn't guaranteed to fit them correctly, they need a little time period. They need some space from you so they can fill that space with somebody else, right? And like I said, and they will rarely ever give you the specific time period to come back. Like, you'll say things like, "Okay, how long do you need? Like, how long is this going to be?" And they was like, "I don't know yet. I just give me some more time. Let me think about it. Give me some more time." They'll continuously ask you for more time while you are chilling. You are waiting. You are trying to see what you can do to fix the relationship dynamic. That narcissistic person or those narcissistic people in your life are doing the exact opposite. They are trying to fill that space or that break with somebody else. And they're just not giving you it. They want to keep you on the hook so you can't move on. They are actively trying to move on. They are actively trying to do what they want to do out here so you can't move on, but they can. They keep you like in a relationship limbo where you feel like, I don't know what I can do. I don't know what to do. What can I do? What can I say to this person? How do I go about doing this? How do I go about doing that? And it can absolutely drive you crazy in a lot of these circumstances, in a lot of these situations, y'all. It really, really can. So that's why I tell people when you're dealing with this personality type, you have to be wary. You have to be careful because they will absolutely drive you crazy. They will. Why wouldn't they? You know what I mean? They'll keep you on the hook as long as you allow yourself to be on the hook. And when you try to end the break, it's like, hey, look, we've been separated for, this. You asked me for space last year. It's been 8 months. I'm going to go ahead and move on. Like, wow, I knew you didn't want to be with me. That's why I asked you for space in the first place. I wanted to test your loyalty. Wow, you probably got somebody else already lined up, don't you? Wow, I never thought you'd do this to me. Wow. You see, they'll make you feel guilty about that. They'll make you feel guilty about asking them to just trying to end it all. They'll make you feel guilty about trying to end it completely. They want to keep you on the hook, y'all. They haven't secured or they don't feel secure with their new supply just yet. And even if they do, they want to keep you as a backup plan. They might ask you for space, but still sleep with you. They might ask you for some time apart or a separation, a trial separation, but still be trying to sleep with you. Still be trying to do things like that with you. You see what I'm saying? The words and the actions are not matching up. They still want to do relationship stuff, but not actually be in a relationship with you. They want to demote, I call it like a demotion. Like they demote you in their life. You mean they'll absolutely demote you in their life and have you playing a lesser role. And sometimes people in your situation will accept it. But you're so codependent or trauma bonded to this person that you'll accept being lower in their life. You just will. You know what I mean? You'll accept being lower on a totem pole of their life because you would rather be in their life than not at all. You would rather be part of their life in some way, shape, or form rather than not at all. You know what I mean? So it gets to that circumstance and that tact that this is how it goes. You know what I mean? So you have to empower yourself. Like, what are you really looking for? What do you really want from this relationship dynamic? What are you asking for? You know what I mean? Are you asking for too much? Because a lot of people is like, no, I'm not asking for too much. You know what I mean? It, like I said again in the beginning, it doesn't make you a narcissist to ask for space if you actually need it. Sometimes they will manufacture arguments, they will manufacture fusses, they'll manufacture a fight out of nowhere, a big fight out of nowhere, and then ask you for space. That can be the indication that they're looking for somebody else. And you'll be like, what the hell what are we arguing about? Like, where did this fight come from? You're confused as hell. Like, what is going on here? And then it comes to find out they sleep with somebody else. And guess what? Guess what, y'all? It's not cheating because y'all were broken up. It's not cheating because y'all want a break. It's not cheating because y'all were taking like some time apart. And y'all didn't set the ground rules. There were no ground rules set that they couldn't sleep with somebody else or be with somebody else during this break. It's not cheating. But guess what happens, y'all? The double standards exist. Guess what happens? It's cheating if you do it. If you are here doing this break or this space, it's cheating if you mess with somebody else, if you go on a date with somebody else, if you kiss somebody else, if you touch somebody else, if you look in the direction of somebody else that's attractive, it's cheating. Like, you can do this. cheater. Oh, damn, I'm not cheating. It's cheating to them. And they'll keep doing this type of stuff. They'll keep messing with your head. They'll keep messing with your mind because they feel like it's allowed, y'all. Let's keep it hot. They feel like it's allowed. They feel like it's allowed for them to do that, you know? And typically they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing it as long as they feel like you allow them to do it, y'all. There is no, like, Lee, how long does it take? How long does this last? How long does this go on? It lasts as long as it lasts, y'all. I promise you. It lasts as long as it lasts. It does. There might not be an end in sight for this dynamic. There just might not be an end in sight for them to stop doing this or for them to treat you better. There just might not be an end in sight for any of this type of stuff, any of this type of dynamic. You know what I mean? So you yourself have to empower you yourself doing these breaks and ask yourself, you know, give yourself, set some boundaries. If they ask you for a break, set some boundaries, set some ground rules. If they're not willing to abide by them, then y'all, it might be time for a break up. Not just a break, not just a separation, a actual break up. Because they will ask you, again, y'all, they will ask you for space. They will ask you for time in a toxic relationship just to get you to do stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just to get you to give them some space so they can go out here and cheat. And yes, and I know I said earlier, they would say it's not cheating because y'all are broken up. Intent, again, y'all, intent matters. If they intended on breaking up with you so they can go out here and sleep with somebody else, that's still cheating. They intended on breaking up with you so they can have their space so they can do what they want to do. That's still cheating. I don't care what they say. You see what I'm saying? But again, at the end of the day, it's up to you to determine what you want to do, how you want to go about things. So you have to be blessed. You have to be empowered. And you have to be as strong as you possibly can. But anyways, y'all, closing this video out. If y'all don't know, I still have my brand here, the I Love Me, the self-love brand, the self-healing brand. I'm strong. I have a bunch of others, y'all. I'm about to get some more too. Check the shop. The link is in the description of every video and every podcast. If you listen to this on Apple Music and Spotify, hit that 5 stars for me. Give me a good review and things like that. And we're expanding the podcast next week to longer videos, y'all. It's gonna be crazy. I might do some live interviews, but I'm gonna do interviews with people, y'all, telling their stories, helping spread awareness to everybody, y'all. It's gonna be amazing. Thank y'all for tuning in. Your support so far has been amazing. I'm so thankful for every single one of y'all. Subscribe to the mailing list if you haven't either. Like and subscribe for more. Mental Illness is out. Peace.